What's up, guys? Vaping with Caleb again. Tonight's episode we're going to be looking at the LP by Goon and 528 Customs. Right now I've got it mix matched. It does come with the two separate top caps and the barrels. One's going to be your solid Ultim, other one's going to be your stainless. Advocacy, like always. Sign up for CASA. Sign up in your local Facebook groups. There's a lot of different active groups in different states that you can get involved in. And we need all the help we can get right now to keep vaping free and to keep it available. Without much more, dive down, take a look at this little guy, and we'll bring it back up top. Alright guys, so here's the up and close on the Goon LP by 528 Customs. When you open the box, you will get the Ultim top cap that is still adjustable, dome top, built-in 810 adjustable airflow with the heavy duty O-ring, very smooth feeling. You'll have your bag of parts, and this just has extra O-rings, a squonk pin, and extra screws for the deck. And then here's your RDA. On the bottom, do have a nice protruding 510 pin. Focus. Okay. So you do have a nice protruding 510. Does have the Goon the 528 logo, LP, and then your serial number stamped on the bottom, and your negative pin. Screw this down. Alright, not quite as much doming on this. You do have a removable 810 with the built-in O-ring on the top cap. Very nice fit. Then on your mid barrel you will have another O-ring for your airflow adjustment. Buttery smooth, guys, buttery smooth. And there's your top cap all assembled. Got a little bit too much light in here today. Everything seems to be clean. Do have LP engraved. See if I can zoom a little more on this. And focus. Then you have your Goon logo again. This one does have you have 4 screws on each side. There is no spring on these, so it's kind of do that. This could be a little bit of a learning curve on this build deck. Go ahead and loosen the other side up. With the amount of room you have on this build deck, I would say a 2.5 is probably going to be your best diameter coil to use, just because the way this deck is set up, you're actually going to have to put your leads in and drop them in, kind of like a drop RDA, but then you're going to have to bend them over. And I think a 3 may be too big for that. You may be able to fit 3mm. We'll know here in just a second on how the 2.5s fit in there. And today's coils, I'm going to be using some fused 26 gauge nichrome with 36 gauge Canthal wrapped around them. We're going to try this out and see what she does. I'm just kind of stepping side to side on these screws because when one screw goes in, you want the other one to be in the same mount. You don't want it being all lopsided and shit. So well, snipped a little bit too much off of that one. See if I have any room to come up on that coil. Leave it up like that, maybe. I really wish these guys would quit with the gold-plated decks on everything and gold-plated clamps, and you're not going to get as much out of that as what they think. You're not going to notice an ohm drop just from a... Alright, sorry about that, folks. Had a little emergency in the family. Not really an emergency, but... Cool, definitely shut off like a rocket that time. Come on, there you go. See how this works, guys. First time for me building on this dude too, so we seem to be clearing. Let's throw this thing on a mod and see what she does. I don't have any batteries in the Geek Vape right now, so just using it for a build deck. We're still clearing everywhere. Maybe a little bit of a hot build for that. But here's the build as we are now. And as usual, I am using vape cotton. Pretty much my go-to cotton. We'll say, without even wicking this thing all the way yet, that this does have a very small juice well, which I'm not a huge fan of, because it's going to be more prone to leaking and more prone to over dripping. Yeah, not a very big juice well at all. And for this one, throw some Cattywampus tonic, which is a mango limeade. She's definitely putting out some juice. And that being said, we'll go back up top. I'll give you my final thoughts on it, and we'll take a couple vapes on it. Alright guys, that was an up close look at the Goon LP by 528 Customs. So, my thoughts on this, go through the positives, negatives, where you can pick it up, price point. The positives, this thing has really good flavor. And it is super short. I mean, even compared to, there's the profile. There's the Bonza 1.5. So it is a very short Addy. For those of you that like the shortness. Positives. The O-rings, once you get them wet, once you get e-liquid on there, they are very loose. And if you look at this one, it's even actually worse. That piece does actually come off if you put it in your pocket. Another negative would be the deck style on this. Is not the easiest to work with. Where the airflow is situated, the coils pretty much need to be about that high. You may be able to go a little bit lower, not much, because you want the air coming in and hitting the coil, you know, a little bit under, or I do. So for me, the coils almost have to be at the very top of the deck. The other thing is the actual deck on this, the actual juice well, is very shallow. So I actually did over juice this a couple of times while using it. I'm used to, you know, just into the top of my dripper, and yeah, I've had it come out the airflow a couple of times so far using this. For me, I had to squeeze that 5 rep coil in there, and that's not even a big coil in my opinion. Like I said, there's a lot of spit back because of how high the coils are. So I wouldn't recommend this. A lot of the flavor chasers, you may be able to do a smaller, like a single wire 5 wrap or something, and have a little bit better luck with it. My building style, my vaping style, doesn't seem to like this very much. I have seen this on $39.95, I do believe. Several other sites probably have it as well. That about wraps it up. Y'all have a great week. Keep it cloudy.